The new Union commander, General Joseph Hooker, devised a plan that he believed would outmaneuver Lee and trap his army outside Fredericksburg, Virginia. Hooker would divide his enormous army into two parts and surround Lee's army on all sides. One half of Hooker's army would fake an all-out assault on the bulk of Lee's forces, which still garrisoned the city of Fredericksburg. The other half would march around Lee's flank, cross the Rappahannock and Rapidan rivers, and attack him from the rear. Hooker was sure that the plan would work, but again, the Union underestimated Robert E. Lee. Significantly outnumbered, Lee refused to retreat and instead chose to implement a bold but risky strategy. Against all military convention, Lee divided his much smaller army into two parts and attacked Hooker's army on multiple fronts. On May 1, 1863, Lee ordered an attack on Union forces outside Chancellorsville, Virginia. Once the attack began, even with superior numbers, General Joseph Hooker panicked and ordered his troops to retreat to defensive positions in the thick of a forest called the Wilderness. On May 2nd, Lee divided his smaller army again and ordered Stonewall Jackson to ride around the Union flank and attack with 30,000 men. Jackson's attack takes the Union army by complete surprise. Hooker's Union forces are camped and unprepared when Jackson's troops launch their assault, leading to heavy Union casualties. General Hooker ordered a retreat back across the Rappahannock River, and the Union suffered another total defeat. In all, over 154,000 men fought in the Battle of Chancellorsville. Union troops, under the command of General Joseph Hooker, suffer over 17,000 casualties, including over 1,600 killed, over 9,600 wounded, and over 5,900 missing or captured. Confederate troops, under the command of General Robert E. Lee, suffer over 13,000 casualties, including over 1,700 killed, over 9,200 wounded, and over 2,500 missing or captured. So why did this battle matter? During the battle, General Thomas Stonewall Jackson was shot by his own men and would later die from his wounds. Following his stunning success on May 2nd, Stonewall Jackson rode out with a few aides on horseback to scout Union positions. As he rode back at dusk toward Confederate lines, startled rebel infantrymen, unable to see clearly in the dark, shot at Jackson and his men. Jackson was shot twice in his left arm, which was immediately amputated. A week later, Jackson developed pneumonia and died. Lee had lost his best general. The South had lost a valuable commander. Jackson's death would significantly impact the war. The Confederate victory at Chancellorsville gave the South momentum in the Civil War. Robert E. Lee boldly took risks to turn what appeared to be a certain defeat into a stunning victory. Despite heavy losses on both sides, the Confederates now had the upper hand in the war. Union forces were demoralized, and morale in the North was waning. Confederate forces were beginning to believe in the invincibility of their commanders, especially Robert E. Lee. Chancellorsville was Lee's masterpiece, and his men were now willing to follow him anywhere.